Hey, it's John Fuller here. Today I got a phone call from a new potential client, and we were working through the issues, and I thought, this would be a good time to really talk about these issues with you, and hopefully we can help influence your decisions in buying insurance and making sure that you're covered for you and your family. So the person that I spoke to today had tremendous liability coverage. They had an umbrella. They had a massive amount of liability coverage, but here's the thing. Some people choose to carry liability only on their cars, and I respect that. If your car's not worth a lot of money, sometimes it doesn't make sense to pay the full coverage premium to know that you're covered. But most people that make that decision just assume that if they get in an accident and it's somebody else's fault, that they have insurance on the other side and you'll be covered. And so I'm here today to say that frequently that doesn't happen. 2/3 of the drivers in Colorado have either no insurance or the minimal amount of property damage insurance, and that is a abysmally low number of only $15,000. And so if liability is disputed, or if a person leaves the scene, or if they have no coverage, you could find yourself just completely out of your vehicle through no fault of your own, and you have to go, and not only do you get the indignity of having to go and replace that vehicle, but you've got to pay to get the vehicle out of the tow yard, and you've got to figure out some way to dispose of this vehicle. And so all of these things are your responsibility, and so it's just the gift that keeps on giving. It's one bill after another, and you still don't have a vehicle, and so it's terrible. So there are ways to protect yourself, and one of them I would suggest is, if you insist upon carrying no insurance or liability only for your vehicle, go ahead and spring for the uninsured property damage coverage. It can make a huge difference. That just has to do with your car. I'm a personal injury attorney. We deal with the injuries that our clients suffer, and so having coverage for that is more important than your car. But since you buy insurance all at the same time, why don't we get great coverage for everything? There is a critical coverage that you have to have on your insurance policy, and it's called uninsured motorist coverage. It's critical because not only does it step in the event that you get hit by one of these people that have no coverage, but it also steps in to stack on top of the coverage that this other person may have. So if they're one of the people that have just the minimal amount of coverage, which is only $25,000, your policy will stack on top of that. And so I like to think of insurance as being designed to protect me and my family. And so when I look at it, I want to make sure that that coverage that I know is there because I bought and paid for, and I don't have to rely upon the guy next to me at the red light that's fixing to crash into me. I buy the coverage that's going to help my family out, and you should do the same. So make sure that you have the greatest amount of uninsured motorist coverage that you can afford. I could care less about having umbrellas in 95% of the cases because the damages don't get to the level that an umbrella would kick in. But sometimes an umbrella is the only way that you can get enhanced and extended uninsured motorist coverage. And in that respect, it's a tremendous value. So I urge you to look at your policies. Make sure that you've maxed out those coverages that actually protect you and your family in the event that you're impacted by one of these uninsured drivers. Make sure that coverage is there for you. If you have any questions, call us. I would rather spend 5 minutes explaining to you the ins and outs of the policy that you have than an hour explaining to you why you don't have coverage after you've been in an accident. I'm John Fuller. Call us if we can help.